Hi guys, it's Elisa and I'm back today with another YouTube video. Please ignore the way I sound. I'm still extremely sick. If you haven't noticed my last month and a half worth of videos, I've been extremely under the weather. And I went to the doctor the other day because I hate doctors, but finally all my roommates convinced me to go. I have bronchitis, asthma, and a bacterial chest infection, as well as larynx and pharyngitis. So I'm very sick. I'm on a bunch of medicine and it's really hard to breathe, but I'm doing okay. My school is really big. I go to a very big university and all my classes are miles away. I literally walk so many miles a day just to get to class. So it's been tough, but I'm back in the dorm for 2 hours. So I'm gonna use this time to respond to a request that I got in my emails from this girl who has a very difficult yet common situation, I'd say. So I'm gonna read her story and then I'm gonna answer it. So I found your YouTube channel, and honestly, your ideas on relationships are very similar to my own. Thank you very much. That's because we're smart. I have lots of people I could talk to, but by the way you break down things and talk about issues is exactly what I need. Thank you. My ex broke up with me due to his depression. He claims that because of the way it affected our relationship and me, he did not want to cause me any more pain. I'm so sick and decided I was better off. Of course it was hard, but I knew that my feelings for him were sincere and I inevitably did want to be with him and work through it with him. He took me back, but then broke up with me twice. I took him back as you do when you're in love and think that someone's feelings are genuine. It's been over a month since the last time he broke things off with me, and he has messaged me on and off ever since. He messaged me how much he misses me. He messaged me about sex, and he even sometimes messages me like he's my boyfriend again. So on Valentine's Day, he put himself out there and completely convinced me he was in love with me and wanted me back and won me over. I thought this was for real. We always think it's for real. It's never for real. He had brought up the idea of getting back together the previous day, and this was him really telling me what he wants. The next morning, however, I found out that a couple of hours after he made his feelings towards me clear, he had slept with another girl. According to others who work with him, I found out that he had been seeing her, and it was a common knowledge that the two of them were an item. When I found out in the morning after Valentine's Day and I called him, he was with her. He answered the phone after a number of missed calls, and when I asked if he'd slept with her, he said yeah. I then asked if it was serious and if they'd been seeing each other, and he said I've seen her a couple times. I asked her if she was good in bed, and he was so drunk he didn't remember. I asked if he was in love with her, and he told me I was being irrational. Wow. We were together for over a year. Or for a year. I know it's over, and I honestly don't know what I'm trying to ask you. I don't know what I needed to hear, but I know I need to hear something, and like I said, I wanted to reach out to you to see if you could rationalize what happened to me. So this is a very, very complicated situation, but it's something that a lot of people do go through. So many people that I know are in this constant battle with their ex. Their ex wants them back, but they're not fully committing. They're just kind of hopping in and out of life. And I kind of made a video about that, but of course this is a very specific case. So by the looks of it, he was in love with you at one point. He was he loved you, truly, wholeheartedly loved you. If y'all were together for a year, that's a very long time. My ex and I were together for a little over a year, and I'm not denying the feelings that were there. All my friends are like, oh, it was just a year, you'll be fine. No, a lot of stuff happened in that year, so I definitely know that after being together for a year, it's very tough, and a lot of things happened, and I do believe that he truly loved you at one point, but his excuse for depression is bullshit. Honestly, depression, it's one of those things. People use it as an excuse to push people out. But if you really love someone, you don't push them away because you're going through depression. You let them come in and comfort you. And that's an excuse for something. If you know boys, you know that they make excuses for everything. The first time my ex dumped me, he said it was because I was moving to Florida. But the real reason was he wanted space. He wanted to hang out with his guys more, but he didn't know how to ask me. The second time he broke up with me, he said it was because I was dishonest about something. But the truth was, he just didn't love me anymore. Boys always make excuses. And I think the depression is just an excuse. That's exactly what it sounds like. Because, honestly, if he really, really loved you or if he really wanted to be with you, he would not let that tear y'all apart. And the fact that he's hopping in and out of your life, getting back together, breaking up, getting back together, breaking up, it shows that he's unsure of his decision to be with you. anytime anybody is unsure whether or not they want to be with you, you do not let them stay. That's just a rule. Like, imagine it, like, I hate to say this, but imagine y'all are married. What is he going to do when times get tough? Is he going to be unsure? You don't want to marry someone who's unsure about you. Like, that's not what love is. Love is not being unsure. Love's not hopping in and out. Love is commitment. Like, true love is sticking with a person no matter what mental health you're going through, no matter who is trying to interfere with your relationship, no matter how many arguments y'all get into. Like, love does not break. And the fact that he's fucking other girls, excuse my language, but I'm very, very serious, like, when it comes to that. His heart's not there anymore. His head is there. His head is with you. He maybe misses you. He maybe wants you because y'all were together for a year. But he is not letting himself detach himself from you. And honestly, the only way you guys are both going to move on and be happy is if you detach yourself. You can't see my hand movements, but I'm going like this. Like, if you detach yourself, you'll be fine. But the fact that you're not, you're still, like, lingering in each other's lives, like on Valentine's Day when he, like, contacted you, or like when y'all talked about like sex, or when he acted like he was your boyfriend. That's not detachment. Tell me how you're supposed to move on if you don't detach yourself. And I know that you don't want to move on. I did not want to move on. That was the last thing I wanted to do. But sometimes you have to. You just have to. It's just like, there's no other choice. No matter how much you love the person, no matter how great the relationship was, no matter how many wonderful things they tell you and promise you and swear to you, it's not going to be what you want it to be. Because at this point, it looks like there's no turning back. He slept with other girls after dating you for a year. I would have gone crazy. And the good thing is, my ex and I completely cut off communication after the breakup, like 100%. Did not contact him once. We were together for just as long as y'all were. Imagine not talking to them at all. So if he's sleeping with other girls, I don't know about it, and what I don't know doesn't hurt me. But the fact that you still talk to him, you kind of put yourself in a position to know what he's doing. So in a way, you're hurting yourself. You're allowing him to hurt you because you're not letting him exit your life. And I know that you don't want him to exit your life, but look what he's doing. He's not in love with you anymore. And if he does love you, it's not the kind of love that takes you to marriage. It's not the kind of love that is like a forever kind of love. It's just the love like, oh, we were together for a year, so I love you. It's not like what it is. And I know that I don't know you personally. I don't know your situation very personally, but judging by the 3 paragraphs in this email, it just sounds like he was in love with you at one point, but he's covering up something. He's covering up whatever excuse. Maybe he has feelings for this other girl. Maybe, okay, if he was so depressed, then why is he sleeping with other girls to begin with? Like, there's something against you here. Like, there's something that he's keeping from you. And I'm not saying he, like, has been cheating on you, but you might want to consider it if him and this other girl are a, quote, item, which you found out from his coworkers. And they were together on Valentine's Day. That's bullshit. So, I know I'm very scatterbrained right now, but there's so many, like, aspects in this email that really drive me crazy. He messaged you about sex. Well, it tells you, like, boys really miss the sex after a breakup. That's, like, a normal thing because they're not getting the sex. So, all of a sudden, they just start sleeping with you girls because they miss the sex. He convinced you that he was in love with you. No. And he keeps, like, coming back for you. But guess what? If he really wanted you, he wouldn't have to beg for you back because he wouldn't have lost you. So, seen her a couple times. Yeah, he keeps seeing this girl, so clearly there's something going on. Honestly, I was about to say her name, but I can't do that. I think you need to let him go. I know you need to let him go. Like, I know it's so hard. Believe me, like, I was head over heels in love with my ex-boyfriend. I did not want to let him go. Like, when he broke up with me, I didn't fight it. I said, okay. Like, you know how hard it was to say okay? It was so freaking hard. I was like, okay, bye, and not talk. We didn't talk for 6 months after that, and it was hell. And it's gonna be hell for you, especially because he's out there sleeping with other girls. But it is possible. It's the most challenging thing I've ever had to do. Like, and I'm a very strong girl. Like, I grew up with my dad, like, on the other side of the world because he was in the army. Like, he has 9 siblings, and, like, half of them died of cancer. Like, I know what pain is. I know what loss is. And somehow losing my ex-boyfriend after being so in love with him and completely cutting communication, but yet still going to the same college as him and seeing him on campus, it's painful. And it's going to be painful for you. It's going to be so painful for you. But you need to let him go. You need to delete him off of social media. You need to delete his number. You need to just build a wall. Not to make any Trump references, but there needs to be separation between y'all, because as long as you keep a wall down, he's going to keep contacting you. He's going to keep sleeping with this girl and making sure that you know about it. He's going to keep reaching out and, like, trying to pop back in and out of your life. And guess what? If you block him off of everything, if you completely build a wall in between you guys, and he truly does love you, he will find his way back to you. He'll come to your house. He'll call your parents. He'll call your best friends. Like, something will, he will go out of his way for you if he loves you. I was about to say something else, but I totally forgot. I'm sorry. I have really bad ADHD. I'm looking out the window right now. There's like a bird that flew by, and there's an airplane, and I'm just, wow. Anyways, you need to let him go. And it's going to be, like I said, tough, but you can do it. I want you to keep me updated on the situation, because I do feel like he's going to continue to reach out to you. But I want you to do an experiment called the no contact rule. You probably know what it is. Just ignore him for 30 days and see what he does. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I said this in the beginning of my video. He doesn't know how to live without you. Like, you guys are so used to having each other in y'all's lives that you don't know what it's like to be without each other. So if you give yourself 30 days where you completely block him off, see what he does. See how he reacts, because in order for him to prove that he's in love with you, he needs to see how he feels about you when time passes. Because it's so easy to break up and then say, I'm in love with you, like, I'm still in love with you. Like, yeah, of course you are, because you just dated for a year. But how about in a month from now? How about in 3 months from now, 6 months from now? Like, you need to see where your heart is as time passes. And you guys are not allowing that time to pass, so you don't know how you feel. Perhaps he doesn't love you. Perhaps he's just blinded because he was just with you for a year. Or maybe he is truly in love with you, but you're not going to know that unless you let time pass. So you need to let time pass. Time holds all answers, I promise. You can't force answers. You can't, like, milk answers out of him. Like, you can only wait and see, because time will show if he really does love you like he's claiming he does, or if it's just like, I love you because I dated you for a year. There's a huge difference. So that's pretty much all I have to say. If I'm missing, like, a really big point here, I'm sorry. Like, let me know. Like, hey, you forgot to, like, cover this. I just got out of history class and we had to read, like, a whole entire article, like, a dozen pages of stuff. So, like, I didn't, like, analyze this email as deeply as I should have. I didn't skim over it. Like, I did read it, but, like, I kind of picked out the key points and, like, threw them together into my relationship pot. So that's pretty much all I need to say. Thank you so much for emailing me, and I really do look forward to hearing, like, any updates or seeing what he does. But as of now, you need to delete him off of everything. You need to stop the communication, stop the contact, stop seeing what he's doing, and you got to keep yourself busy. And if you watch the video, I'm newly single now, what? It's on my page. It tells you things that you can do to, like, get over the breakup or, like, distract yourself as this painful time passes. But there are tons of things that you can do to keep your mind off of him. And don't forget that, like, we're young. We're not supposed to have it all figured out. That's, like, one thing that keeps, like, reminding itself to me, like, I'm 19 years old. I'm not supposed to have the love of my life right now. It'd be nice to. I did have one when I was 17 and 18, but, like, life changes. And life doesn't change the way we want it to. Sometimes it really sucks. But all you can do, you can't change the situation, but you can change how you react to it. So you can either sit here and continue to let him stomp all over your heart, or you can say, fuck this, like, I'm gonna go make myself happy because I deserve it. And these are the best years of my life, and I'm not gonna sit here and dwell over some douchebag who is just confused about the way he feels and is leading me on because he has nothing better to do with his life. So, God, it hurts to breathe. That's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what happens. I'm really interested, actually. And if anybody else has any requests, I take them in email, I take them on social media, and I'll list all that stuff below. Thank you all so much. Have a great day. Bye.